I am Thor, son of Odin, and as long as there is life in my breast, I am running out of things to say.
Great, another broken white boy for us to fix.
That's my secret, Cat.
I'm always angry.
You took everything from me.
I don't even know who you are. With great power comes great responsibility. I can do this all day.
Wakanda forever!
And welcome, Internet, to another episode of Views from the 616, the blackest MCU podcast in the universe, powered by For All Nerds, where we discuss everything in the MCU from the perspective of people of color. And it is one of your hosts, Tatiana King, aka the Wicked Witch of the West, View, Clandestiny's Child, Doc Aki, Doctor Doing Something Strange for Some Change, The Wrath of Khan, Shu, The Book of Ashanti, and T'Challa Bread. And as always, I'm joined by my incredible co-host.
It's your boy DJ Benhameen, aka Universal Fan Khonshu, Brother Moore doing too much, the Planetoid Paladin, NBA Youngboy never blipped again. It's Darkhold and Hell is Hot. Nega bands will make you dance. The Incredible Sulk.
Yes. The Darkhold Hell is Hot, that was from me. I have to say that. Since I am not on my AKA bag, I have to claim something. Because
you got
something. Because
I'm smoking over here.
Jesus. Well, y'all, we are back. We are here to talk all things She-Hulk episode 7. She-Hulk Attorney at Law episode 7, titled The Retreat.
Mm-hmm.
And overall, I gotta say this was better than episode 6. I guess in the rank of episodes, I would put episode 5 first and then this episode. I enjoyed it because I thought it was clever. I thought the idea of basically everyone going to superhero therapy was indeed clever, and also coupled that with the appearance of more random motherfucking characters from the random times of comics, like the very depths and corners of, LSD and shrooms. I just thought that was funny and cool. What about you, Benhameen?
Let's see. Okay, so 6 was the wedding, and you say this was definitely better than the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the wedding episode more than you did. I think they've been on a roll lately. I think 5, 6, and 7 are all pretty solid and like the best of what this series is.
Ugh.
So it is what it is. Like, that's the thing. We knew this going in. She-Hulk is a lighthearted look at the weirder side of the MCU. It's not going to get too serious. It's going to stay making fun of itself. It's going to stay making fun of the MCU in general. And to various levels, I think they've done that. And I thought this week they did it pretty well. The A story was good. Was there much of a B story? I mean, we saw Shorty back at the... No, because Shorty's at the office.
There wasn't really a B story, no.
No, it was all about, the A story.
It was all about this. Ben, excuse me, sir. Can I have some more, sir?
Josh is the B story.
I guess. Can I have some more, sir? When it comes to... like, I hear what you're saying. Like, yes, we went in this knowing it's lighthearted.
Sir.
Lighthearted does not absolve from being good. We talked about that too. Now there's levels of good too, but
yes,
right now I just feel like there's a lot of time being wasted in general. I just feel like so much more development, even in a lighthearted show, could happen. There are lighthearted moments of a lot of Disney Plus shows where it matters, and it's making quite a difference in the progression of characters or the stories or whatever. Not to say that there's no progression being made. There's some progression being made. It's just that I feel there's just certain areas that are lacking, particularly in character development and things that matter. But that said, we're gonna go into the things we enjoyed about this episode. All right?
Okay, yeah, because I did have something big about that, but I guess I need to save that for dislikes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about the things we enjoyed. Okay.
Yes.
I wanted to talk about the opening sequence, okay? It's a continuous, not quite continuous, but multi-shot. So basically where you see the camera continuing like through, I guess, different rooms in Jen's home, and you see multiple versions of her. That actually reminded me of the intro from A Different World. So if you remember that intro from A Different World, you just look in your mind's eye. When it has the continuous shot of the camera moving throughout the different rooms and you see the multiple versions of the characters talking, interacting with each other, it was damn near the same. And I just thought that was, from a cinematography perspective, I thought that was cool.
Oh, yeah, most definitely was. And I didn't even make the Different World connection, and that's one of my favorite intros of all time. So,
because I was watching, I'm like, where have I seen this before? And I was like, that shit. Now, I don't know if Jessica Gal and them are fans of that or if there's any actual connection there, but that's as the first thing I thought of. And I know it's not the only show to do that, but that's the first thing I thought of.
All right, well, let's see. Things I loved about the episode was like top off was the randomness and was the therapy sessions, because it featured one of my favorite random characters from the MCU.
Don't say Porcupine. I knew it. And of course, as soon as he opened his mouth, I'm like, that's a black man in there.
I thought it was a black woman.
Oh, really? No, I knew that was a black man.
I knew it was somebody black. I knew that for a fact, but
Yeah.
I thought it was a black woman for a second. And Porcupine is definitely not that in the comics. He's a white dude.
He sure enough is.
Yeah, he's just one of my favorite hard luck characters. Spoiler alert for like
He's such a loser.
Like a 30-year-old comic.
Fucking loser.
At one point, he's trying to not be a villain anymore. He gets a whole new suit of armor made. It's fresh. I actually liked it. It's not the one we see on the show. That was his original suit. He gets this fresher suit. They can shoot the quills and everything. I actually love that suit. I love the design, everything. He's trying to sell the joint. Gets in. Captain America shows up. Nobody want to buy this joint.
He goes everywhere. He goes to AIM. He goes to Hydra. He goes every motherfucker. He goes to the fucking Flag Smashers for all you care. And these niggas say, I don't want your stinking ass suit.
This is one of my first comments ever, so that's why it sticks in my heart.
This next part is hilarious. Go ahead, Benhameen. I already know. He's such a loser.
Eventually he gets into it with Captain America and Diamondback, who at that time she herself was a villain, part of the Serpent Society, and she was trying to go straight. He's chasing after Diamondback. I can't remember exactly why.
Wait, but say the lead up to why he even was there.
Okay,
Remember,
tell me
he
why.
was trying to sell
he's
that
still
goddamn,
trying to sell the suit?
He's trying to sell that goddamn
He's trying to
suit.
sell it to the Serpent Society.
Right. Nobody
and they're
wanted
like,
the fucking suit.
They're like, yo, it's a porcupine, dog. We're serpents. Like, what do you mean?
He's like, they're like, hell no. So he goes to Captain America, or they talk, and Captain America, he was like, bro, Captain America, I bet. I'll buy the suit off of you. Captain America feel bad for him. I'll buy the suit off of you. You just help us get these Serpent Society niggas.
Oh.
He goes, that's the lead up, okay? And then Porcupine's like, bet, because I got to sell this shit, right? eBay don't even want his shit, my guy. So go ahead. Now you can say what happens next.
So he what happened? Because I know he's trying to sell the suit to them. They tell him he don't want it. It goes bad. It's a drug deal gone bad. He's chasing after Diamondback and shooting his quills at her. He trips and falls.
And
falls on one of his own quills.
Quill! When I read that, I was fucking rolling. I was like, ain't no way, boy. Like, that is so good. Oh, you went out sad, my G.
If you read it in the comics, it was not hilarious. It was tragic as fuck, because it was this dude was struggle.
That's the funniest thing, and it leads into the struggle of this character. And that's not funny. He's going through it mentally, but then to him to take off the suit and that shit stinking, just all the stuff. And then when I learned about Porcupine's history, I said, this nigga's it's a wrap for him.
Oh my God, I love him. I screamed when she walked in and Porcupine was sitting there. And I've been hyping up the appearance of Razorback because I thought Razorback was on here, but it was actually Man Bull.
That's another one that's hilarious.
He's
not as hilarious as Porcupine, but hilarious.
Not nearly as hilarious, but one of my favorites. He got into a fight with Hulk once, and Hulk whips the shit out of this dude for no good reason.
He threw him like a fucking matador blanket. He said, out the way, nigga. Oh man. And that's what I'm saying. I do appreciate
these are all comments I read as a kid, y'all. You don't understand how much Hulk threw that nigga across the state.
I appreciate, he grabbed that nigga like he was Loki, right? And just flung that nigga around. I do appreciate this show for putting in these also
that nigga was crying and shit. Hulk didn't give a fuck.
Putting in these also ran characters that is just why are you here, bro? Because yes, it's providing comedy, but it's also subtly expanding the MCU as a world, right? Because now it's not just relegated to Avengers or people who are in the box of being the hero. These are literally more or less regular people who happen to have powers, Mr. Immortal and the rest of them, who's just doing fuck shit in the world because that's how real life is, right? You have people all over the world who have all types of talents, But do everyone use their talents? No. Are some people losers? Yes. Do some people do dumb shit like try to sell their stinking ass costume and nobody wants that shit? Yes. Like, it is
And
what
then
it
they
is.
fall on their own porcupine
Like,
quill.
do people who kill like end up killing themselves off of some like Darwin shit? Yeah, man. Like, yeah. Yeah.
That man was laying there at the end of the issue talking to Captain America dying. I mean, it is.
And I don't mean
ridiculous.
Darwin, the mutant, before anyone says anything. I'm not talking about that.
No.
Darwin, but okay. But
Yeah. So I love that whole therapy. I love Emil leading it. I loved his Emil Blonsky. Today is today.
Today,
you know.
his Blonskyisms. That's what I've been
Yes.
calling them. Today is today, like the stuff where he's not saying shit. And it's like fitting that the saying is in a circle because it's literally a circular reference. It doesn't mean shit. It doesn't have real definition. And like there was one where it said Obama. What is that? Obama-naste, right? Obama-naste or some shit like that. Oh, Obama stay. That's what it said. Like abomination and namaste.
Wow.
This nigga is a fucking snake oil salesman, but he's so like he believes in this shit. Like it's not like he's just trying to like he just really believes in himself, and it's just he is trying to help. Emil is trying to help, but it's funny to me, and I
He also
agree with
getting
you.
paid.
He is getting paid. I mean, he's living for free. He's living off of his 12 wives or his 12 consorts, whatever they are. So I agree.
Man must be stressed, boy. 12. Wow.
Well, according to him, he was fine with it. He's not Mr. Immortal, you know.
Yeah, so you say that when you're still in prison, and then when you get out and you're living with 12.
Well, where was these ladies? Or where were they?
They were waiting for him to get out, remember? And then he
I'm talking about in the retreat. Where were they? We didn't even see them.
Killing each other. Plotting to kill him.
Be so negative?
I mean, look, dog. 12. Have you seen Big Love? It's a problem with 2 or 3.
But Ben, if they're all on like a commune type thing, they're all high as fuck on something, so they're fine. But yes,
he has a cult, is what you're saying.
It's a cult. Yes.
Okay,
it is.
Understandable.
Today is today.
Yeah, true. It's a cult.
It's a cult. I did like that about this episode too. Therapy for superpowered individuals at Summer Twilights. That's the name of his retreat.
My man saying he'd rather not end up in the ICU was also a great one. When the detective calls her up and is like, look, my chances of not being in the ICU are a lot better if you come through.
Facts. And that was some real shit.
Real shit.
I need you to come with me because I don't trust this. And you saw he was in and he was out.
How my man peeled out with that was like the Quentin Tarantino peel out shot. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
He was not with that shit. The last thing that I liked about this episode was just because I was right. I told you that nigga Josh.
Oh, we both said that shit.
We said that shit. It was too convenient. It was too convenient. Like, oh, he likes her for her. Again, not saying people can't like Jen for Jen, but come on, bro. Everyone, you still knew as She-Hulk. That's all everybody's fucking thinking about. All of a sudden, this guy just beelines to you at a random wedding and is, oh, I like you. Nah, bro. You see Josh rather copying her phone, taking a picture of her along the bed half naked, maybe potential revenge porn.
Flash on?
Like,
no
Audacity.
Shame. Audacity on 10.
I wasn't clear. They were saying he works for Hulk King or he is Hulk King.
Works for Hulk King.
Okay, works because the message was to Hulk King.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so it looks like he has her blood DNA because Jen definitely Hulk smashed. She definitely Hulk smashed.
That she did.
Yeah. Anything else you love, Ben?
3 dates and let that man,
3 and
3.
It goes back to her being so thirsty and it saddens me that she's so thirsty, but I guess that's how the cookie crumbles. But damn.
I've seen it. I like that speech though that she gave in the therapy session. That was really dope. Where she was talking about how Jen is like that cool friend. I mean, She-Hulk is like that cool friend who everybody likes, and now she is that cool friend when she's her. That was really, I really thought that was a really well written way of explaining, her situation and everything.
Absolutely. There's one more note you have here, Ben. What's going on with Jen?
Yes, and this teeters into things that I dislike. And shout out to the one Chico Leo, my brother, original For All Nerds family, who I spoke to this week, and he pointed out his biggest dislike of the entire She-Hulk show is the fact that Jen is a raging alcoholic. And it is not addressed in any way, shape, or form. She has drank probably more than Jessica Jones, definitely more than Tony Stark.
Jessica, that's saying a lot. And Tony, God
she's
damn.
rivaling Jessica easily. Jessica had like bottles of Jack Daniels lying around. You know, she was not playing around.
Right. We didn't see tombstones of bottles in Jen's house, though. So.
But what we did see this episode is Jen wake up and take a shot before a date.
Well, Ben, I think that's. I'm not saying alcoholism should be normalized. I'm saying that people do that. Like they take a shot to take the edge off. But we have seen her more often than not just drinking all the time.
Getting smashed, blacked out drunk, as Chico Leo pointed out, more than once. Blacked out drunk. This is a professional lawyer who is getting blacked out drunk and is played for laughs on this show. So that is a big issue, you know, like when you really break it down, like, you know, and alcoholism kills so many people in America, worldwide.
But Ben, this is a lighthearted show. We're not thinking about that.
But
that's what I'm talking about, y'all. Like, we're just pointing out the obvious sometimes.
Yeah, I'm just like, you know, wow. Because I didn't even think about it until Chico. I mean, I thought about it, you know, how much you got. This episode, because after he pointed out, it really hit me. I was like, yo, she waits up. It might be mid-afternoon, but she takes a solid shot before dude even shows up.
She is nervous.
I was doing that in my 20s. You know what I mean?
She's nervous. I mean, it's been established that she's thirsty. She's socially awkward.
Yeah.
It's a lot. She's essentially been by herself for a long time. I don't know. I don't recall if she said she's ever had a boyfriend like that or anything.
Why? That doesn't make very sense.
No, I'm just asking.
Yeah,
I'm just commenting whether or not she did is inconsequential. I'm just
they
curious.
They definitely act like she hasn't.
Because maybe that will help. I don't know.
They definitely act like she is way more busted and whacked than she is.
But isn't that also like that's tropey,
confidence?
Right?
Is that just
that's
confidence?
That's tropey, right? Like and she's even said it herself. She was like, she's a successful lawyer who is making bank, who has the big fucking corner office. You're now a Hulk as well that you can control at will. And granted, that's the newer side of you, but like you have these things now. And I guess it's a lot of lessons there. It's not about what you have, it's about how you feel inside. I get it.
Yeah, and I can definitely relate to that because as a kid, I was not the person who attracted attention, whatever, or for the wrong reasons. I had no confidence at all.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I started DJing and whatever, and that brought out a lot of confidence in me. And then like podcasting, et cetera, brings out a different side of me. And so, but that took a long time. And even once people started being attracted to me or looking at me a different way, I wouldn't get it because I would think of myself as a different person, as the person who I was when I was younger.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You said that it just teetered on things you disliked. Anything else you disliked? I mean, I thought the episode was, again, I thought it was a good episode. And in the continuity of this series, I thought, it was one of the better episodes. This is episode 7. It's only 9 episodes, right?
Yeah.
And that leads to my dislike. Even though at least in this episode we got some plot advancement because of the whole Josh story, felt like another filler episode. It felt this 6 felt like a filler episode to me. The whole wedding thing, what was the real point of episode 6? Please explain that to me.
Nothing.
And I don't think, especially a series that have 9 episodes, even though 9 is what's the word when you give more than required? Like it's generous. Like a lot of things don't get 6, more than 6 episodes. So to have a generous quote unquote 9 episodes, I felt like, okay, y'all really gonna do shit with this. Not give me a fucking filler episode. Like this is a Tenchi Muyo anime. Like what are you doing? Like I just y'all don't, to me, this is the first outing in public anyway of this MCU for She-Hulk, and you are wasting episodes on filler? For what? I don't think the show is that precious that you have that time to do that. You have to establish story, you have to establish characters. If you want some throwaway characters, that's fine. It's a lighthearted show, but it's if we're gonna stick with the A story is develop Jen. Develop that line, that B line through the series. And like I said, we got the plot advancement at the very end because it was a flashback about Josh.
So do you feel that her character has developed at all through this series?
I think she's developing.
Yes.
I just feel like more, because it's such a catch-22 with this series. They do, at least in the early episodes, they fit a lot in one episode.
Mm-hmm.
But then now I feel like they're just in this doldrum where they're doing a lot, but not necessarily, they're showing a lot, but not doing a lot, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I can agree to a point because, like I said, I don't feel like her alcoholism is being addressed. And I feel like it's taking her way too long to actually come into her own the way she should be.
In
Or at
9
least-
episodes, in episode 7,
At least begin to. And then I feel like the whole Daredevil tease has turned into like, I get it because people, like, that's something that I feel is a big problem with Marvel. Is like people are more interested in the after credit scenes
right?
and cameos than
And
they
then-
are in actual stories.
And you see the last 3 episodes, they cut that shit out. There's no
Yep.
after credits.
And there's no Daredevil. And we
And
only have
there's
2
no
episodes
Daredevil.
left. But I think that's good because people are always waiting for that stuff instead of enjoying it. But the problem is, and I'm thinking of a show like that is 30 minutes, something else that I really enjoy, comedy. I mean, there's plenty, but like Ted Lasso, which is probably one of my favorites right now. Or even like This Fool or That Fool, I always get the name wrong, on Hulu. Both of those are 30-minute comedies that I really enjoyed. And in one season, they've done a lot more with their characters than this did. Ted Lasso definitely expanded on everyone else in the second season, but in the first
Right.
season, it gives you so much about him that it's crazy.
And that's what you want, right? Like
Yeah.
episode 1 of She-Hulk established She-Hulk. This is how she became She-Hulk. They told you that's not important. We want
Yep.
you to take y'all through her life as she is now. Okay, this is how she became it. This is who she's related to. Here's all the people. Here's throwing in some cameos. Okay, cool. Episode 2 to 3, even 4. Hey, here's some procedural law, ha ha he he drama. Okay, then it's starting to sputter, and I'm just like,
Mm.
y'all don't have time for this.
Yeah. I mean, I can agree to a point there. I feel like it could use a stronger thorough line, but at the same time, I just feel like maybe they were just not interested in that as much for this. I don't know. Like, here's another one from this episode, right? Jen is sitting there with a man who assaulted her.
Yeah, that
You know-
shit was wild.
Sure, he apologizes, whatever, mate's nice, but the fact that she doesn't even question why did you do that?
Well,
A lawyer?
she tried. She tried, and
Fuck
then
tried.
Emil was like, "Calm down,
Nah,
calm down."
nah. Yeah,
I thought
nah.
that was weird
Weird. Nah.
because if a nigga attacked me, he's getting
Yeah.
all the smoke.
All the smoke. All the smoke. All of it. And I'm finding out why you did it. Because you just didn't do that randomly.
You're right.
You
she did not
came at me
ask.
with a needle. Like,
Right.
you tried to get my blood.
Well, she seemed to wave it away after he gave his little speech
Yeah, that's
about,
some-
he
that's-
was hanging
oh,
out with
God.
hoodlums, and they just,
yeah.
they wasn't thinking highly of themselves. Like after he gave that little speech, she kind of just let it go.
You came at me with a needle.
But to your point, they can't. She's a lawyer too. Why are you not asking these
Yes.
questions?
You're a lawyer.
Why was you fucking with me? Why
were you trying to get my
keep
blood?
Fucking with me.
When gamma is blood, radiated blood is definitely an issue to be out on the streets. and you know
gon'
this.
Make me jump out my skin again, babe. All right. Yeah, Ben. I don't know. Like, and that's the only thing that kind of pissed me off about this series. It's like I want, even from a lighthearted perspective, I still want something good, and I feel like it's been ups and downs. Like I get my hopes up, then it's like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's all I feel. Again, I still think the team is putting in work where they can. It's just, let's rethink how we're doing this. To me, maybe going forward, I don't know if there's an season 2 or what. I just can we do this? Can we do this a little differently? Let's move on. Finish up with our Easter eggs, inspiration, and music.
Let's say this real quick. That is saying one thing that I do enjoy, that Marvel might not do season 2
They
of
might
a lot
not.
of these things, and I think that's for the best.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, like I like that they're doing like Agatha Harkness, and in a way continuing WandaVision. But I know it won't be the same thing where she's trapped in TV or whatever. I know it could be a whole.
Do you
different
like? You know what? That's a good question. Do you like that they're doing Agatha Harkness? Like, do you like that they're focusing? I mean, I guess she has a greater role in MCU, but why are they focusing on her?
Yeah, because she was so popular on WandaVision. I don't know. We'll see.
That can't be. They had this plan.
No, they didn't.
You're
No, they
saying,
didn't.
oh, she's popular, we're gonna give her a show. That's why.
Yes. She was popular, and then someone pitched an idea that Fahey was like, okay, we can make that work. this idea that this is all that planned out is ludicrous. It's not how things work.
No,
There
not
is a
every single
large
thing,
range
but
plan. Like we talked about, like when they just fired the Blade director. Or he quit,
no,
whatever
he quit.
happened.
He quit.
You know, whatever happened. You know, who knows
Well,
what really
right.
happened.
What's the
Yeah.
truth?
Yeah. But my thing, like things change. There's a long range plan. Like I'm sure they're like, okay, in Avengers or what is it, Kane Dynasty, this has to happen. And these 3 things probably at most need to be set up for that.
But
You
then
know,
everything else is open to
everything else is pretty
interpretation.
fluent, and when we get there, we'll deal with what we have.
Gotcha.
But it's like there's, you know, like they're like, okay, by Avengers Endgame, you know, it's to be nothing but the original Avengers. That's what they knew that going in, you know, or that probably came in the writing of Infinity War. That's what I mean. It's like this stuff changes when you hear how they talk about how Infinity War changed over the like 18 months they wrote that joint.
Yeah.
So much. So it's like that would have changed Endgame in so many ways. They were going to introduce Smart Hulk in Infinity War. That was up until they almost started shooting, and then they changed that to where he didn't appear until the next movie.
Right.
So this idea that it's all plotted out, man, come on, man. Nah.
That's fair. I mean, and when it comes to She-Hulk, like I'm starting to like the character, and I just want more for her. To be honest, like I like when she's like the fourth wall and the quippiness. Like again, I understand that's in the DNA of this character, but it's old.
Yeah, it hasn't been used to great effect either to me. That's my thing. Like in the comics, it's not just talking to the audience, it's knowing that you're in a comic and really breaking the rules of things because you know you're in a comic. And that's like she should know that she's in a TV show. And because
she says that this episode when she does the flashback.
Well, she says a lot of stuff like that. She says like, you know, but she like I like that when she was like, no, I need my flashback right here.
Yeah.
That was, you know, that was
cool.
She-Hulk from the comics.
That was cool.
Was really dope.
But I feel like
stuff like that. More
that cleverness is a little far in between.
Yeah, I it needs more of that, you know. Yeah.
I don't know. I like I said, I'm liking her character more because the little bit when they do focus in on her, like especially now, which is why I like the therapy episode. That was a development for her, like understanding, as you say, she is the cool person. She's one and the same, the cool friend rather. You know, she did that analogy. She's coming to understand that she is worthy and all this other stuff, and that's cool. You know what I mean? Like, I just want more. But yeah, let's finish up with our Easter eggs and all that. We saw Jen when she was waiting for the third day out here, waiting on that call from Josh. She was watching something on TV, and it was Miss Piggy trying to open up the bars. You know, trying to get out the jail. You know. Strong woman there, right? She's also, as we know, Miss Piggy's partner is Kermit, and Kermit famously sings the song "Not Easy Being Green."
Yep.
Again, allusion to being Hulk and being Jen and all that stuff. Man, we talked about these niggas, Man Bull, Porcupine. The other niggas I want to talk about, El Aguila.
Yes.
He is an actual mutant who has that bioelectric blast you saw briefly through his sword. They was all funny, all of them together, and them essentially being like a little like ragtag band for her. That was funny.
Saracen was hilarious.
Saracen, the fucking emo guy, that thinks he's a vampire. I guess this particular Saracen is not that guy, but there is a relation to the Blade 90s comic of Saracen, right?
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
They said this guy really just thinks he's a vampire.
I think Saracen means vampire because I know that name from or like bat or something like that. I know that name from another character who's like a bat type character.
Yeah. And there's actually more than one Saracen in MCU, I learned. The other one has nothing to do with vampirism and one does. So
I wonder what Saracen means. That's interesting. Yeah, because I know him from a whole another universe of comics.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, it's one of them mutant type or hero villain type names. So
yeah, it's a great name.
And then also Wrecker, who we know, one of the guys that attacked Jen in the alley, part of
from the world famous.
I'll call them the Home Wreckers.
That's an even better name, but their actual name is the Wrecking Crew.
The Wrecking Crew. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna see this whole Hulk King situation and who
I'm hoping it's the leader, but I have doubts now.
Who is this nigga?
Yeah, I have doubts it's the leader because it's like they're taking way too long, and it would seem rather pointless at this point for it to be the leader.
That's
So
my
I doubt
point.
it.
It's taking way too long.
Way too long.
Y'all did smart in speeding past her origin. Okay, why are we taking so long on other shit?
It really feels like they know they're getting a second season, and I doubt it. You know, so it's like, why? Yeah.
This don't make sense, Ben. Okay.
And I really love She-Hulk. I love Tatiana Maslany. She's fantastic in the role. She's been killing it. You know,
I think she's great. Like I said, I'm learning to love She-Hulk as a character. I'm not so.
She's always one of my favorites.
Yeah,
so.
I'm not so convinced about all these stories. And like I said, there's just bright spots, but you know, it's just it's not consistent. All right. Music wise, we have Peppers and Onions by Tierra Whack, as well as I Don't Give a Fuck, IDGAF by Dua Lipa, or as we call her in the streets, Dula Peep.
Shout out to Trevor Noah.
Yes. And is there anything else you wanted to mention or point out, Benhameen, for this episode?
Nah, like I say, I love the inclusion of Porcupine. Rest in peace in the comics. I love the inclusion of all those clowns, you know? Inclusion is revolution on many a level. So other than that, no, I think we've said like it is what it is. Yeah.
And again, I hate that we're like they keep building. I mean, and watch them like do some shit where they like, oh, you thought when it came to Daredevil, like we're gonna see his, you know, like
they have a
piece of
whole
his tie
trailer
or
where he's
something.
talking to her. They've already shown that.
You know, trailers don't mean shit. You know, trailers don't mean shit.
That would be comedy at this point because they like after the first trailer where they show him in it, then they release this clip where he's sitting here telling her about what it means to be a hero.
Then we see his fucking the head of his suit.
Yep.
And what if it's a good 30 seconds?
No.
I'm saying I feel like this show is capable of some shit like that.
It really
they're
is
capable.
At this point. Yeah, it is.
That's all I'm saying. They're capable. I'm not saying whether it's good or bad. I'm saying they are capable.
I don't know. We'll see. 2 more episodes.
2 more episodes.
What comes next? Are we done for the year? I mean, besides we have Werewolf by Night, we have the holiday special, the Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm not sure if that's December or January though. I don't believe we have anything until Secret Invasion.
I mean, it's a bunch of Star Wars stuff.
Yep. But I'm talking like as far as views from the 616.
No, it's looking kind of light.
It's only September. Like
Black Panthers is November.
Yep. There's nothing else this year. Secret Invasion ain't until next year, right?
Well, you mean films?
No,
Film-wise?
TV, Disney Plus.
Oh.
Is it quiet?
I feel like there's maybe an animated joint coming out.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's the Guardians holiday special. There's Werewolf by Night. And there's Secret Invasion. And Secret Invasion was the last trailer they showed, and that's next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, I'm looking like I'm stalling because I'm still looking.
No, it's quiet, ain't it? Secret Invasion is next year.
I keep seeing Jedis everywhere. Now Ironheart's fall. So 2023. Looking kind of light. Yeah, Ben, I don't know.
All right, well.
Yeah. Anyways.
Hopefully these last 2 episodes finish strong then.
I hope they finish strong. I'm rooting for you, She-Hulk. Yeah. Please.
Word up.
Still here because I like you as a character. I want this to work out, but you know. You said the holiday special delivery for Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yep.
You said that? Yeah, bro. Looking light.
Yeah, Werewolf by Night, Black Panther.
Damn. We're sounding like Emil Blonsky talking in circles.
We fiends right now.
Today is today.
This is sad, boy. We fiends over here. Serve us more.
Nah, bro. All right. Thank y'all so much for listening to us.
Mm-hmm.
Views from 616 from the 616. Follow us on the Twitters at Views from 616 as well as For All Nerds. Follow For All Nerds on your favorite podcast platform to listen to us and many more amazing shows that we put out. We will be at New York Comic Con next week, or I guess when you hear this, depending on when you hear this, it might be this week. But we're going to be at New York Comic Con. So if you're in the New York area or we'll be visiting the convention and you see us, say hello, please. We promise we won't bite hard, but we enjoy you. And we want to make sure that we're gonna have stickers and giveaways and stuff. So, just say what up. We wanna see the fam. Thank you so much for your support. As always, tell people about our show. The word of mouth has been crucial, y'all. Thank you so much. Share, and tell your peoples. Listen to them. Listen to these niggas go in on She-Hulk. Look at these niggas go in on House of Dragons. Like, whatever you hear us talking about, please share that. Also support us if you can through our patreon.com/forallnerds. Every tier is an amazing tier. You get special privileges as well as discounts and first time access to a lot of secret stuff. And make sure you are buying our merch. tpublic.com/stores/forallnerds. Benhameen has a secret shirt that you can't even get no more. And that happens a lot. So you would never know unless you go ahead and purchase our shirts. And just make sure you're following us. I'm at Tatiana King. He's at DJ Benhameen. Anything else I'm missing, sir?
Nah, I think that's it. Like we said, New York Comic Con coming soon. She-Hulk wrapping up. We're gonna have our Werewolf by Night special review sometime next week before the show drops on the movie or whatever special, 54-minute special on October 7th. So look out for that. I'm really hyped for that. Tatiana's not as hyped as I am, but I'm especially hyped for Werewolf by Night. I hope your boy Blade makes an appearance. That's my prayer. But I'm also just hyped for the whole thing because I love to see Marvel do ridiculously different things than what they're normally having. Which is She-Hulk, it is different. It's just more.